Hey there, everyone. Great.
Does having a division opponent right out of the gate add any more juice to the matchup, or is it already there for week one?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need anything extra. I mean, I think even when you put in there, you're going into the next season, week one. There's the emotions are high. You're excited about it. You've been you're obviously going against your own team for most of the last 5 months, and yeah, just ready to go against someone else and put all this work out there and just let it rip.
Your head coach was just telling us that you've offered some ideas and things you've seen and that's worked other places. Did you volunteer that? Did they ask you that? And how's that process gone? How's it worked?
Yeah, I just think it's a little bit of a mix. Like sometimes it's being asked something that I think it's a lot of guys. A lot of guys here that play a lot of football. Just wanting to, you have coaches that want the best for the guys that sit in this room and are in this building. And when you've got coaches that want that, they're gonna ask questions and be open to things. And the worst thing you can do is start feeling like you have everything figured out. And I have so much respect for Mike because he's open. He's like, man, I just want what's best for our team, and whatever that looks like, let's make that happen. And we got a bunch of coaches that are the same way when it comes to football. And so it's a mixture of both those things, him having an open door policy to guys being able to come in and just be able to talk with them, and also them being able to search out and find little edges for us, and real appreciative of that.
You always hear from defensive players about, his football mind and his football IQ, whatever. As an offensive guy, what's it like talking football with him?
Yeah, it's challenging because he talks fast and he talks in their language. So that's nice when he's like, throwing you some stuff like, look, I don't know what you call that. Like you call it lizard or whatever you say, but like I don't know what that means, And he just keeps going, and you're like, look, dude, you win, all right, you got it, you got us. But no, it's been fun. Like it's been fun talking with him and being able to like shoot ideas off each other and hearing what he's thinking, the things he's coming up with, things that get him excited about football. It's like, man, it's really cool. It's cool just to see the passion for the game, and not just just for trying to find ways to win, find ways like this is just going to be find ways that make it really hard on offense to do what they want to do. And so it's been fun kind of hearing some of those ideas from him. Yeah.
Without giving away state secrets, are there any ideas you can share with us that have worked?
Not a chance. Not a chance. Yeah, no.
That was good.
You've had the chance to play for one of the best offensive minds in the game with Sean McVay, and now you're playing for Mike as a defensive mind. How are their minds different? How are their minds kind of the same?
Yeah, well, I think they're always, like, you can see them, they're always on. It's just like constantly like searching for, what's the next thing going to be? Is there a weakness here? Is there something that I'm missing or something I'm not seeing, or is there a better way to do it? And it just seems like it's constant. Like, with both, it's not even just with football, or like their side of the ball. It's like, it is the coaching side of things. Like, how can we communicate better? How can we just be better in the building? And it's, as a player, it's like, man, you want to be around guys like that. Like they're just like, they're pushing the envelope. They want to be ahead of everything. It's like they're not okay sitting back and saying, well, if someone else is, they're not okay with the thought that someone else is doing it better than they are, And so I really appreciate that. I really love that mindset, and yeah, it makes it fun as a player to be able to be a part of it.
Do you find that it's an edge that a coach is giving you with the play call that makes the difference versus just focusing on what you're good at and getting really good at what you're good at?
Yeah, and you can. I mean, there's that fine line between those two things, right? Like you have to be a master of your stuff. And like everybody talks about, what's this team's identity? What are you going to be about? And everyone has to find that. But that's also, every team is also looking at every other team and saying, well, what is their identity? What are they good at? And then they do everything they can to take it away. That's just like, that's their MO. That's, Bill Belichick's been doing it for years and years and years and years of like, that's how you beat people. And so, there's an element of saying, okay, well, we know what we're about. how are we thinking teams are going to try to stop us? What are some things that we can expose from on their side of the ball as well? What fits into our stuff? What fits into our like ID that'd be easy for us to implement and be really good at right away? That can attack something that we're seeing on the other side of the ball. And so that's what every team's doing now. And then there's a balance of that in training camp. You spend all this time being able to master your systems and have this understanding of this big mass of things that you want to do. And in the midst of all that, you find the things that, man, these are some plays that we've really executed well, and take those things into the season and build off of them.
How hard was playing at Lumen all those years as a visitor, and how excited are you to kind of have it be on your side for once?
Yeah, man, it's a challenge. It's always been a challenge. You just knew it was going to be loud, and I am very excited to be on the other side of it now. Like, that's just going to be that's something that, and I know it's something that we've talked about here about being able to defend our grass, defend our spot, and make it something that carries that weight that's always been in Lumen. And I think that's something that the guys here have taken into account. It's important to us, and I know certainly for me, having experienced it from the other side, I know how good it can be. I know how difficult it is to go out there and operate on the other side of the ball when that place is rocking, and very excited and optimistic that we get out there on Sunday and that place is going to be rocking.
You've obviously played in Seattle plenty, but being on the hometown team now, being from the state, I'm sure you have family and friends there. Does that kind of make this one special to be back home?
Yeah, it is. It's a cool thing to be able to have. I think I've talked about it before. Like my first time playing here, there was a ton of people. My dad wanted all those tickets. It was like 150 tickets or something like that. It's a cool thing to be able to be here. And it used to always, it's like you come here and play, and your friends or whatever are wearing Seattle jerseys, and now it's just like on the outside off the field, it's like, man, it's friends. Now it's like, yeah, now we're in the same jersey. We're doing this. We're able to be able to do that together. So it's gonna be that will be a really cool thing.
What do you appreciate about JSN now that maybe you didn't know when you guys first started working together?
Yeah, I mean a ton of stuff. I mean, obviously, I only knew him as the football player and what I'd seen on film. But we love just the competitiveness he has. He brings every single day. It's really impressive to see just the I don't know what the word is, the scope of things that he can bring to life offensively as a wide receiver. I mean, you can't just slot him into one place and say he can only do this. He's able to be a part of every part of the offense and wants to. I think he has a desire to do that too, which is awesome. We have someone that's willing to step into some roles and do some things that might be a little messier, might be maybe not what people think you can do, but man, you start bringing a lot of these things to life, you become very difficult to cover, and when you're moving around all over the offense and things like that. So it's been very fun to be able to play alongside Jaxon, learn a little bit about him and learn from him just in terms of how he sees the game.
49ers have a lot of new starters on defense, a couple rookies even that we didn't get to see in the preseason. So as an offense, how do you guys prepare? I mean, you've gone against a Robert Saleh defense before as well, so how do you prepare for that?
Yeah, it's always tough, the first game, especially the first few games of the season, because you're searching for what film you're going to watch, especially with, new D coordinators. Like, man, how far back do you go? And then what do you expect? Okay, I'm sure Saleh is putting new stuff in. He's growing as a coach and changing some stuff and adding some stuff. And so man, trying to figure out what you're going to watch and do, and I think it kind of falls back to what was asked about earlier about being able to be good at your stuff. Like, you gotta be able to be early in the season. You gotta be able to be good at your stuff, and you anticipate some looks that you might not get, but you're gonna have to be ready to play ball.
Are you and Sam gonna wear your flannels?
I don't know. It's been a little warm here, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna bring the flannel out. My wife does most of my styling for me, and so whatever she lays out for me, I'll probably wear that.
Are there attributes of a Robert Saleh defense? Like, can you watch defense and see characteristics?
Yeah, well, I mean, coverage-wise, there's obviously some coverage stuff that you see that's pretty consistent. I think like those guys up front, like it's always about. I think their defense really starts up there, and the guys that really come off the ball and disrupt things, and everything else, everyone else kind of just plays off of that. It makes football really hard when those guys are. For an offense, it makes football really hard for an offense when those guys up front are doing what they're doing. They've got a really good one up there with Bosa, and obviously those other guys, they're going to be good up front. That's just what they do. And you obviously have Fred in the middle there. He's done this for a long time. He knows this defense, and then I think that's just also something that Solid has. Guys that play at that second level that can run and hit and diagnose things and finish tackles when he needs to, and so he's gonna have those guys ready to go. I think that's the other thing. Those guys they play hard, and it's always really fun going against them because you're gonna get that high energy, you're gonna get the high effort, and you gotta match it, you gotta bring it.
How many people are you gonna have? Family, friends estimate.
I didn't even ask this time. I'm sure it'll be a lot. Yep. Awesome. Thank you guys.